Hi yogis, welcome to your practice. My name is Bianca and I'm going to be guiding you through your flow. We're going to get started in our child's pose. Taking your knees mat width distance, bring your big toes to touch. Sitting your heels back, or sitting your hips back onto your heels. Let your forehead rest on your mat as you reach your fingertips forward. Letting your head relax on your mat. As you take big breaths in through your nose and big breaths out through your nose. Allowing a softness to come into your body. As you inhale, feel yourself expanding in every direction. Breathing into your torso, into your chest, into the sides of your waist, the back of your body. And as you exhale, allow yourself to soften and sink into your mat. Feel your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your lower back as they all start to open. Setting your intention for today's practice. On your next inhalation, rise up tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Starting with a neutral spine. Moving through cat-cows. Inhale to dip your belly. Spread through your collarbones, tilt your eye gaze up. And as you exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. Puffing up your upper back like an angry cat. Inhale to dip your belly, spread through your collarbones, tilt your eye gaze up. Maybe tuck your toes to go a bit deeper. As you exhale, round and curl. Now let's make our cat-cows a little bit more dynamic. As you inhale, think of scooping with your chest, bending into your elbows and dipping it down, then tucking your toes at the top. As you exhale, pull your hips all the way back towards your heels. Start from your tailbone, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll yourself forward, rounding. Inhale, pull yourself back, bend to your elbows, scoop your chest down and forward, tucking your toes. As you exhale, pull your hips back from your tailbone, vertebrae by vertebrae, round, pointing through your toes. We're going to take two more just like that, making it a little bit more dynamic. Now notice how when you use your joints, you're able to go a little bit deeper into your flexion and extension of your spinal column. Taking one more inhale to dip your belly, spread through your collarbones, tilt your eye gaze up. And exhale as you round and curl, chin to chest. Don't be afraid to make your movements a little bit exaggerated. Remember, this is your practice. Coming to center. Wrists stretch, dial your fingers back, wrists face forward. Spread through your fingers, pressing down into your fingertips. Maybe you tuck your toes and start to lean back. This is a really great stretch if you type a lot, if you sit at a computer and just are always using your hands or using your wrists for something. This is a really great way to get into your forearms and just release any tension that you're holding here. Flipping over your palms, palms face up, fingers face each other, your fingernails are on the mat, your elbows are bending out to the side, bending and lengthening into them. Now, because we live in a society where we're always using our hands on our computers or on our phones, or even just for, arts and crafts, but typically just for our phones or for our computers or video games or things like that, Our wrists can be overused but understretched. So this is a really great way to get into them. Maybe you curl your fingers in and extend them out. Maybe you circle your thumbs. You're gonna feel this in the tops of your hands and in the tops of your forearms. Toe stretch, take your knees to touch, tuck all 10 toes under and sit back onto your heels. Shake out your hands, circle out your wrists. We're only gonna stay here for a little bit. It's a deep stretch in the arches of your feet. If this becomes uncomfortable at any point, you can always untuck your toes and sit back. Interlace your fingers at the webbing. Drop your chin into your chest, round through your spine, and extend into your elbows. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bend into your elbows. Take your hands behind your skull. Drop your right shoulder. Lift up with your left. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your left shoulder. Lift up with your right. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, find a soft back bend, lifting up from your lower ribs, open through your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull your elbows back. Exhale, tabletop. Step out your toes, circle out your ankles. Downward facing dog. Tucking your toes, lift your hips up and back like an inverted V shape. Pedaling out your feet, bending one knee, lengthening through the other. Maybe shake your head yes, maybe shake your head no. Allow yourself to open up and to feel. Remember, this is your body, this is your practice, it's your time to fully just be in your body and be on your mat. Use your breath and start to get curious about where in your body this is feeling good. How you can open up and create more space. Take your feet to touch. Right leg sweeps. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step it through. Runner's lunge. Drop your back knee down. Low crescent, root to rise. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Biceps by your ears, reach up through your fingertips. I like to keep my back toes tucked. This puts the weight above the knee rather than on top of the knee and squares your hips, getting deeper into your hip flexor. Now you're gonna draw your belly in, lift out of your lower back and take a soft back bend to get deeper into your hip flexor and deeper into the front of your body, into your chest. As you exhale, release the hands down, pull your hips back, half split. Getting into your hamstrings, walk your hands back a little bit. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen through your spine, pull your right hip back, hug your inner thighs together, and exhale, fold over your leg. Let yourself melt over your thigh, feeling it in the back of your leg, feeling it in your lower back. As you exhale, ground down into your right foot. Plant your left palm next to your right foot. Rotate your right shoulder open and reach up with the right fingertips. Twist. For those of you that like to make it a little bit more intense, maybe you tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up. Maybe you add in a quad stretch, bending into your back knee and grabbing onto your foot, or just letting it hang out there if the foot is not accessible to grab today. Exhale, release. Tuck your back toes, press into your palms, step your right foot to meet your left high plank, hold it. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale to left leg sweep. Exhale, left knee to nose, round and curl. Step it through. Drop your back knee, low crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Reach your biceps up by your ears. Lengthen through your fingertips. Drawing your belly in, lift out of your lower back just a little bit and open through the front of your chest. Take a soft back bend. Exhale. Let your hands release down. Pull your hips back, soft bend into your knee. Pointer flex through your toes. Walk your hands back just a little bit. Inhale to halfway lift. pull your hips back and to the right. Hug your inner thighs together and then exhale, fold. Think of bringing your chin towards your shin. There's a lengthening happening in your spine. Release, ground down into your foot, press into the toes as you ground into your palms. Tuck your right toes, left foot meets your right, high plank, hold it. We're gonna drop our knees down, bend into our elbows, lower down onto your belly, forehead to your mat. We're gonna take 2 cobra lifts, feet hip width distance or maybe a little bit wider. Take your hands to frame your chest. The lower that you walk them, the deeper the back bend. Draw your shoulder blades together, pinch your elbows back, tuck your chin into your chest. Engage your glutes as you press your hip bones down and point through your toes. Start to press into your palms and peel your chest up vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping the chin tucked into the chest until you get to the top. That's when you let your head roll back. Your shoulders are pulling together in the back of your body, elbows wrapping in, heart lifts forward. Your hip bones are pressing down as you lengthen up through your spine, breathing into the back of your body. Exhale, release, forehead to mat, let it go. Bend into your knees, windshield wipe your feet side to side. Find some relief in your lower back. Second set. Set up just how you were. Tuck your chin into your chest, press into your palms, peel your chest up, letting your head fall back. From here, start to look over your left shoulder towards your left toes. Switch. Bring it back to center. Maybe start to tilt your eye gaze up. Exhale, release, let it go. Moving your hips side to side. Windshield wipe your feet side to side. Tabletop. Take your knees to touch. Sit back onto your heels, forehead to your mat as you reach your fingertips forward. Child's pose. Tabletop. Coming up onto your palms. We're going to work our way down to our forearms. Make sure that they're shoulder width distance by grabbing opposite elbows and interlacing your hands in front of your eye gaze. Or maybe you press down into your palms, keeping them flat, your choice. Tuck your toes and lift your hips, dolphin pose. Similar to our downward facing dog, this is just on our forearms. So there are a few things that I want you to focus on. You're pressing into your forearms, wrap in your lower ribs in, soft bend into your knees. Excuse me. Soft bend into your knees and let your head kind of hang in between your forearms or in between your biceps. Breathing into the back of your body, breathing into your shoulders. Just feel the activation, feel the engagement. And take your feet to touch. Right leg sweeps. Inhale, just feel that. Keep it lifted, feel the activation. Exhale, release, taking it to the opposite side. Inhale, left leg sweeps, feel the activation. Stabilize through your core, keep your balance. Exhale, release. Drop your knees down. Sit back onto your heels, forehead to your mat. Take your hands to frame your feet this time, letting your shoulders melt over your thighs. Vertebrae by vertebrae, start to roll up to stand on your knees. Taking your knees hip width distance, take your hands to your lower back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Pinch your elbows together as you tuck your chin into your chest, pointing through your toes. Camel pose. Start to lift up through your heart. Keep your chin tucked until you find your back bend, and that's when you look up. Maybe you drop one hand to your heel with your toes tucked or without your toes tucked, or maybe both hands to your heels if you want to go to the full expression. Exhale, let it go. Sit back onto your heels. Take your knees to touch and let yourself melt over your thighs. Coming up to sit, sweep your legs out in front of you. Sitting crisscross applesauce. Sitting crisscross in the center of your mat. Take your hands to your knees as you drop your chin into your chest. Rolling your right ear over your right shoulder. Left ear over your left shoulder. Maybe finding half or full circles with your neck. Reversing the direction if you haven't already. Come to center. Take your left hand to your right knee. Right hand behind your spine. Eye gaze looks over your right shoulder. And switch. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the spine. Eye gaze looks over your left shoulder. Bring it back to center. Scoot yourself to the middle of your mat, grabbing the back of your thighs, and roll onto your spine, hugging your knees into your chest. Gently rocking side to side, massage out your lower back, massage out your digestive tract. Letting your arms fall to a T. Scoot your hips a little to the left, and then drop your knees over to the right. Eye gaze looks over your left shoulder. Spinal twist. Let gravity do the work, allowing yourself to just melt deeper into your twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Scoot your hips a little to the right. Guide your knee over to the left. Eye gaze looks over your right shoulder. Let gravity do the work as you detox your digestive tract, helping to wring out any stagnation and helping to calm your nervous system. Inhale, bring it to center. Happy baby. Grab the outer blades, inner arches, big toes, ankles, back of your thighs, pulling your knees to the outsides of your rib cage and letting your head just rest on your mat. Release. Legs up the wall pose, extending your legs up like you're leaving footprints on the ceiling, or on the sky in this case. Circle out your ankles, point, flex through your toes. Find some movement in your lower limbs and your ankle. Bending into your knees, ground down into your feet. Ankles directly underneath your knees, feet hip width distance. Take your hands beside your body as you tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly in, press into your heels, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift your hips up, bridge pose. The weight starts to transition onto your shoulders. You're pressing the back of your skull into your mat as you engage your glutes to lift your hips a little bit higher. Feel it in the front of your hips. Feel the engagement in your glute muscles. And exhale, release, let it go. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your way down. Maybe extending your legs, maybe taking your feet to touch. Allow yourself to rest down. Taking a full inhale through your nose. A full exhale, letting it go. 2 more times, inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale, sigh it out. 1 more time, inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale, sigh it out. Feel your body relaxing, softening through your face, through your jaw. Relax your cheeks, your eyebrows, your forehead. Feeling your body in this moment. Feel all that you've released, all that you've created space for. Yogi, I will let you exit at your own pace. Take your time coming out of your meditation, meeting me in a comfortable seated position in the middle of your mat. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Exhale to take your hands to heart center. Sealing our practice. Thank you for choosing to show up. Thank you for trusting me to guide you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, from my heart to yours. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you would like to see more of, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, Yogi.